Hello everyone, Hemel here. I'm just going through a few stocks that I'm looking at for tomorrow. First, a quick disclaimer. Okay, so we're going to look at it quickly for the weekly charts first, and then we'll look at the daily charts. So first one is Bristol Myers Squibb. So it's in a very wide consolidation pattern here. Now let's go to the daily chart. Okay, so it was in a squeeze here, broke out, and now it's finding support right at 21-day moving average. So I'm planning on most likely buying at $64, right around that dollar value, if it gives me an opportunity tomorrow. The next one here is Crsr. It's a newer IPO. So this one, if you look at the daily chart here, so this is, as we can see, the prior range was this box. Now it's tightening up a little bit. It's still a wider range. However, it's finding a support right at 50-day moving average. So I'm planning on buying right around here if opportunity presents. And then we can see the risk on this one would be about 11%. So again, it's an IPO, so a little wider risk. However, all the stocks have good fundamentals. So next one is Draftkings. I actually have a position on here. It has come a long way. It's a stage 4. And cup with handle. So on a daily chart here, I actually have a position on this. I bought last week at 53.66. As we can see, this was the prior range and it's tightening up here. So let's see how this works out. Next one is FOUR. So again, a recent IPO. As we can see, it's tightening up on a weekly chart here, very close to 10-week moving average. Looking on the daily chart, so this is where I plan on buying if I do buy it. So a risk of about, stop could be right underneath here. It's about 6% risk. The next one is Pact. This one is in a flat base here. And if you look at the daily chart, this one is very close to 50-day moving average. It's squeezing it can probably tighten up a little bit more. So this is just came across my radar. I'm not planning on initiating a position on this. However, it came across, so I'm just highlighting it. Maybe it needs to tighten up a little bit more. The width is 11%, so we can probably put this on a watch list. The next one here is Hubs, HUBS. It is extended over the 200 moving average. However, as we can see, it's tightening up. If you look on the daily chart here, we can see it's finding support around 50-day moving average. So I most likely plan on buying right around here. So my risk on this would be about 7%. The next one on the list is Anaplan. So as we can see, it's tightening up on the weekly chart here. If you look at the daily chart, so this one I am not sure. However, as we can see, it's tightening up. This was the prior range, the outer box, and now it's the inner box. However, if somebody buys here, the risk would be about 6%. So I may look into this tomorrow morning and see if I find an opportunity to add this to my portfolio. The next one is Rxt Rackspace Technologies. So it is on a cup with handle on a weekly chart. I actually have a position on this one. My cost basis is 1804. I bought it on this day. I had a buy limit on this since I was working that day. So as we can see, it's finding support at 50-day moving average here. So as we can see, we can just draw a box here if that support holds. So we can see this box tightening up here. And then we'll see if it can tighten up further and then maybe break out. So we have a few days before earnings on this one. Earnings is due in about 25 days. So we'll see how this works out. The next one here on the list is Texas Roadhouse. So it is also in a basing pattern at a flat base on a weekly chart. If you look at the daily chart here, so as we can see, it's finding support at the 50-day moving average. So it could be bought with a low risk entry here. So one can put a stop if you want a tight stop about 2%. The better stop, in my opinion, would be around 8% risk. We do have earnings coming up on this one in a few days here, not the exact date, but estimate. So I plan on buying this around $79 tomorrow if it presents me an opportunity. The next one on the list is Zoom Info. This is also a recent IPO. It is in a consolidation pattern here, as we can see. So this one I am also planning on initiating a position if it works out tomorrow right around this. As we can see, this was the range prior. It's tightening up on the top half here, so that's what I'm looking at. The next one is ZTS, which is also on a flat base pattern here. Well, most of the stocks have, if not all, they have good fundamentals as well. So this one I actually opened up a position last week. So as we can see, it's tightening up right around the 50-day moving average. So we'll see if this can continue to go sideways and then break out. It does have a few days before earnings. So I'm looking to see if it can run up into earnings. Regardless, it does have a good fundamentals. So that's my list of stocks I'm watching for tomorrow. I hope this helps. Have a good one. Take care.